of the meeting. And we're going to go jump into desks, and we're going to jump into InTouch. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. And here we have mycvdesk.com. And we're going to jump right into InTouch. Now, when you click on InTouch, your InTouch will go in immediately. Mine always makes me toggle through one more time because I'm an employee. So once we get into InTouch, we're going to see the main screen's going to pop up. That's going to be our dashboard, our contact pipeline. If we have any upcoming reminders, so here it's letting me know my monthly newsletter is ready to review for the month of March. I can go in and look at that. This reminder is just an example of leaving a reminder, so that's just a reminder there for me to complete a task. So for this, I want to jump in and see that my account information is correct. So I'm just going to click on account in the top right-hand corner, and I'm going to click on my account. Excuse me. And that's going to pull up, that up for me. And you'll see here, all of the account information is going to stem from this particular page. So I'm going to go ahead and click on edit. And this is where I want to have my display name. So that's going to be used on the website, in my marketing pieces. So I'm going to click up here on website. And I'm going to click on view site, and that's going to take me to my active live InTouch site. So you'll see here we have, I have my name, Angie Myers, and I have field marketing specialist. Now, as a selling agent, I either want to have realtor or salesperson or associate broker. So we never want to use sales associate. Maryland real estate law does not prefer that. It does not like that. So salesperson or associate broker. If you don't like salesperson, you can put realtor. Just make sure that when you are doing that, we do have to put that in the title as well, that we want to put that in all caps and with the registered symbol. That is a registered name with the National Association of Realtors. Excuse me. So we do have to have that correctly spelled out on our website. So if you're looking to get the little registered symbol, you can do control. Usually it's Control, Alt, and R. Sometimes that doesn't work for me. If you have the little numbers pad on your keyboard, on your computer, on a PC, you can hit the Alt key and 0174 on that particular keypad, and it will pop up with that little R for the registered symbol. Or if we just go to Google, type in registered symbol and search it, you'll see this will pop up, and I just go in and kind of highlight that little registered symbol. I'm going to go ahead and copy that, and then I can go in and I can paste that right here. So if I want my display name on my website to have my name and my title, which I should, I want to put that title in here as well. So you'll see again, mine says field marketing specialist, although I'm licensed, I'm not a realtor because I am a referral agent. Also, here is where you are able to put in your designations. So National Association of Realtors does want us to put that in alphabetical order. And you can Google NAR designations. That will come up at the very top of the Google search, and you'll be able to determine which of these requires the little registered symbol. So we'll see ABR for accredited buyer representative, your certified property manager, counselor of real estate, misconception, GRI, although realtor does have the little registered symbol, your little acronym there, GRI does not. And SRES also has the little registered symbol. So you definitely want to double check. You could always go in and just highlight and copy directly from this page if you would like, and then just paste it on your page. And of course, with designations, we always want to make sure that we're using designations that are evergreen, and anything that we have currently paid for. So some of those designations do have a yearly subscription rate. We'll make sure that we're up to date or we're not able to use that designation. Over here, you're going to see phone numbers. You want to be able to add your cell phone cell phone number, and then also your office number. So you'll see there, it's got the little cell phone picture. If you hover over it, it'll say office phone, and contact methods to show on your website. So these will be anything that you feel comfortable with. They will appear on your contact page. So you'll see here preferred methods of contact. Your email, your phone, your text, someone can toggle that if they feel comfortable. They do have to give a phone number for text or video chat. So that will require that from them. Or if they want to do Google or Zoom or any of these features, Skype, WhatsApp, FaceTime, please note that I did not check off 3 of these, so they just didn't appear on my website. So it's not going to be where I'm going to go into my website and all of a sudden, you know, oh, look, I use this, but I don't use this. Anything that you have checked off will appear. Anything that you do not have checked off will not appear. Please do ensure that you have your realtor logo and your equal housing logo checked. Again, I am not a realtor, so I can't have that checked, but you should for compliance reasons. Also over here, and I know I'm kind of jumping back and forth trying to get to all of it, but you will have your website address here. That's going to be what your website address currently is, your CRM email. And this is where a lot of agents get confused. So if I come to your website and I go in and I hit this sign in button and I register, if I send you a message, if I contact you through your contact sheet here, anything that I do through your Agent InTouch website, that's going to use the CRM email because that's going to come flow directly into your client relationship management tool or your database. It's going to come right into the system. I'm automatically going to be added in most cases to your sphere of influence group and automatically receive your monthly newsletter. So that's the difference. Your external email is going to be your CB Realty or cbmove.com email. Just so that you know, cbrealty.com, they are that is the new email. All of your CB Move will also come to that address for years and years to come. But for rebranding, that is what we're using. Your reply to email, and again, anything that has this little question mark in the circle, you can hover and it will give you the information, no clicking required. This is the email address that's used on your marketing designs where you receive replies from emails that you have sent. So this is a little confusing. You can use your CRM email. I like to use my reply to email as my external email because if I'm printing out a brochure to take or a flyer to take with me on an open house, or if I'm sending postcards to a neighborhood, I want to include my Outlook email. Again, completely up to you. If you use this system all the time and you're constantly in here and you're checking your messages, you can use that CRM email. If not, you can use that Coldwell Banker, the CB Move, or cbrealty.com. Call to action could just be your slogan, your tagline, just any call to action. Mine's always let's get moving. So I have that in there. And then, of course, please make sure that your address for your office is correct. So Bel Air has been in their office for about a little over 2 years now. The 28th of February was our 2-year anniversary. White Marsh has recently moved, and Towson has recently moved. So any of the offices that you're in, just double check your address is correct in here. And then a little further down, you're going to find for your website. Oh, and we always want to, I'm a very big fan of saving as I go along. So I'm just going to save anything on this top screen that I've done before I move on to the next portion. If I want to edit again, I'm just going to go ahead and hit that edit button to open up that edit field. Your bio summary that is included This here, if you hover again, it's going to let you know, it's your experience, your philosophy. This is shown on some of the agent card formats. So it's a why is it great to work with you? Again, another kind of call to action. If you go to your home screen and you scroll down, you have the option of having what's called an agent contact card. Now, in some cases, these only have your photo and your phone numbers. You can also have one that includes your face and your photo and this little blurb. And this is where this little bio summary here in account and in my account, this is where that little blurb is going to show up. And then you have a full bio. There will be one that's already pre-created for you. It is generic and every other Coldwell Banker agent has it. So for SEO purposes, to be pulled up in a search engine when someone Googles you, they're Googling real estate or Bing or Yahoo or whatever search engine they happen to be using, we want to make sure that we have some personalized information here. Again, professional bio, but it's personal. It's about me. It was written for me and about me. So this is a full statement of your experience or expertise and the services that you get. Somebody gets when they buy or sell with you. This information here, when you see the full bio in your account settings, that's going to be found on your about page at the very top. So you'll see I changed my about page to Meet Angie. So I've changed the name of it, but this is your about page. And here you're going to see that is where we are finding that particular bio information. Now, I'm going to point that out to you because it gets a little confusing. This portion here, again, is at the top. And if you scroll through your about page, you'll see here I have testimonials. And at the bottom, I'm able to add an office photo or really my own logo, any picture that I want. I put my Bitmoji in there just to show you guys, really, you can upload anything that you want. Keep it professional. But also here, I'm able to add additional information. And you might say, well, where does this information feed from? I'm glad you asked. That's going to be on your website. If you go to Edit Site and you go to your About page. So again, remember, I renamed mine Meet Angie. So if you click on that and you click Edit, all of the information that is found here on this particular edit screen will be found at the bottom of your About page. So it does get, again, it gets a little confusing because this is your About page. Just know that that's the very bottom of your page. So we're going to go ahead and go back into account, and we're going to go back into my account to kind of leave off where we started. And then as we scroll down, you're going to see here that we have add social media. So I have my Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and a blog. Now this is going to be professional social media. I don't want to put in my personal profile for Facebook. People aren't looking to connect with me personally. They're looking to connect with me in a professional capacity. So I want to go to Facebook. I want to go to my particular business page. So from the desktop, that would just be going into Facebook. I'm going to go ahead and click on the home screen here at the top, the little house. I'm going to click on Pages. And then I'm going to click on my Coldwell Banker Realty business page. From there, I can just left click one time in the browser. So that's going to highlight that URL in blue. I'm going to right click and hit copy. So again, I'm just going to go to my business page, left click one time into the browser, right click and hit copy. This is on a PC. I know that if you have a Mac, copying is a little bit different. And then I'm going to go back to the market leader, which is my InTouch. And that's where I'm going to add social media. I'm going to choose the social media that I want. I'm going to right click and paste that social media in there, and I'm going to save. So now you'll see I have this twice. If I accidentally put something in more than once, I can just go in and delete it. Do I want to delete it? Yes, I do. And here I have 4. Now, the reason that I have only personally included 4 is because on your website, you're only going to get 4 icons at the top. If I want to include a lot of other social media that I'm very proactively posting on and very consistent with, I can also include that here in my bio as well. Easily accessible. I can do some hyperlinks. You can see here I have my own Facebook business. I do have a LinkedIn for me. I don't have Instagram for business just yet, and I don't do blogging. So I've included Coldwell Banker's information there. I still get that snazzy little icon. If someone were to click through on the Instagram camera icon, it's just going to send them to Coldwell Banker, and that's okay. I just wanted to have that nifty little icon. If you're not sure what the Coldwell Banker social media is, you can go to mycbdesk.com, click on marketing over here on the left-hand intranet tab, and click on social media. And then if you scroll all the way down to the bottom, you're going to find all of our Coldwell Banker social networks, everything from Facebook to Instagram, all the way over to YouTube. So just know that you can click through on any of them. Again, I'm just going to click on Instagram. That's going to take me to our Coldwell Banker Instagram page. And again, I would just copy and paste that URL into this field as the same way I just did. So again, adding social media, you can add as much as you want. Just know that only 4 are going to show up on your actual website on that main page. From there, we want to go through into office account. We want to double check and make sure that our office address is correct. And the big thing we really want to look at is our time zone. Make sure that you are on Eastern time. Most accounts have a default of Pacific. And if you've never gone in and updated it, sometimes that will affect how your messages and your reminders come through, because some of those are time sensitive. Make sure that your office phone number is complete. If you do use a fax, you can include that if your office still has one. And just know that that part is not necessary, but just go in, make sure that you've edited that information. On the next page, you'll see My Images. This is where you're able to upload your current headshot. Your headshot should be, I always use quotes, professional. It shouldn't be a selfie. A good headshot is going to have a little bit of space around the top and the sides of your head. You're also going to be looking directly at the camera and have a smile, not a grin. That just shows that you're trustworthy, and it should be clear. So we don't want anything that's blurry. We also don't want one of those famous, what do they call them, the Tinder photos, where your photo is from 20 or 30 years ago. When I meet you, even though a lot of us, especially the girls, we have some makeup, we have our hair done. That might not always be the case when we meet a client, but it should still resemble us. And that comes down to having photos that are accurate and do portray things consistently and accurately. Then we're going to have our marketing logo. So our marketing logo, what's really important to know here is that when you click this upload logo, you have the option of Coldwell Banker blue or a white logo. I'm not sure why they've given us the ability to choose a white logo. Just know that if you choose that white logo, your logo will not appear in any of your marketing. Most of the emails that are coming out, most of the flyers that are printed, the background is white. And we know if we put a white logo on a white background, it just doesn't appear as anything. And then we're not compliant because we don't have our logo on our marketing materials. Just make sure you choose the blue logo. You can choose any that you like the most. I particularly think that this format works best for most of the marketing materials that are in this system. And then your office. So that is for your about page. And you'll see when you go to my about page, my profile photo as shown here is going to come up. My bio is here. underneath testimonials, if you have any of those, you're going to see that information that I put in my about section on the page is going to be on the bottom. And this is where you're going to see that profile image for the office. Now it says office for your about page. And I think that their intention really was to have some information here about your office, to have a photo of your office, just to make it very easily accessible when someone's meeting you. They know that they're in the right place. However, this is also a great opportunity to put your design concierge logo. You can upload a different photo. Just make sure that whatever you put in this section here is owned by you. I'm never going to go to Google for any reason in any capacity and just choose a photo from Google. I've worked with several agents that have had copyright infringement because of that. So we want to be very careful that we're only using photos that we own, and BrandServe is a fantastic resource for that as well. So if you click on mycbdesk.com and we go into BrandServe, you're going to see there's going to be the opportunity to get under marketing assets. There is photography. Now you can go in and get that photography. I believe there are several pages. You do kind of have to maybe weed through it to make sure that you find some images that look like the area that you serve. That's always a high recommendation. You can see here there are 27 pages of photos that you can go through that you maybe want to look at. And I'm not sure. I think if I type in exterior, now I'm going to get all exterior images. And again, I definitely want to probably pull out the things that look like the area that I serve. But again, completely up to you what you choose to put there. The next step in my account is activity alerts. Now you'll see that I have all of mine checked off. That just means that I don't want to miss anything. If a new contact comes on to my website, I will receive a text message on my phone stating, hey, so-and-so is browsing your website. Anything that comes through, I don't want to miss it. I have it set up for everything. I do want a daily activity. So I do get a morning to-do list, a list of people that may have been on my website in the past day. It does come straight through to my email. And then there's also additional information for the mobile app here, but we'll get to that because that also has its own section on this list. The next page is going to be your contact status. So it's going to be a status setup, and where you're going to find this is going to be on your main page. So I'll show you that very quickly. On your main dashboard of InTouch, you're going to see contacts, and this is your pipeline. So I have new, make contact, hot, warm, cold, pending, and sold. So again, we were in account, we were in my account, and we were in status setup. So you'll see anything that we read from top to bottom on that pipeline, on that home screen, that dashboard is going to read from left to right. So I just kind of tilt my head to the right and see, okay, it's going to be new on the left, sold on the right, because I have not shown trash in my pipeline. You can change the color of these as they make sense to you. It made more sense to me for hot and warm to be more of an orange and a yellow, and cold maybe to be gray. But I can change those around. I can change make contact to gray. I can change cold to blue, pending to green, anything that I see fit. I can change those colors. I can also toggle them up and down. So if I want hot to come before make contact, I can do that, and I can change the name as well. So for make contact, I can go in and it originally says made contact. I want these people to be people that I need to make contact with in the coming week. So I've changed that. That was one that I added. You can go in, you can delete some of these, you can add a status as well if there are other statuses that you would like to include. Then there is the MLS setup. So the MLS setup, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to jump out real quick and I'm going to open an actual agent InTouch because yours is going to look a little bit different than mine does. I am unable to have an IDX, so an Internet Data Exchange. The Internet Data Exchange, basically, when you kind of dumb it down a little bit, it's just the ability of your website to take all the data from the MLS and to present it on your own website. So someone can come to your website, they can see everything that's currently active under contract and pending, and you'll see what this looks like here. So when you first go in, you're going to have Better Homes and Gardens Real Estate. You're going to have Century 21, Coldwell Banker, and ERA. And you might say, well, why would I have all those different brokerages? They're all managed by Realogy. So we're all part of a bigger company called Realogy. That's based out of New Jersey. So that's why we have access. We're able to share all of those listings. And if you currently go to my website and go to the search bar, and let's say that I put in, you guys know I always go to 21085, but I'm searching Joppa here and I want to find some houses for sale in Joppa. What I'm actually going to find are listings courtesy of other agents, and it's going to tell me what offices they are working out of. So the real estate center, I can tell you that's Century 21, Towson, that's Coldwell Banker, Hartford County Regional, that's Coldwell Banker. I don't know about you, but I don't want another agent on my website. I want it to just be me. So if I go ahead and I decide to add an IDX, what that's going to look like, and I'll show you an example from an agent's page that does have an IDX currently set up. When I scroll through and I search the exact same search, you're going to see courtesy of, and it's going to come through and it's going to tell me the company that has listed the property, and it's from Bright, but there's no other agent's name here. If I click through, it's going to give my information only. So where you're going to see that is in this area here. We're going to click on Add MLS Feed. We're going to choose Bright, the Bright MLS, and we're going to hit Save. Once we do that, it's going to come up here. It's going to add Bright MLS, review instructions, and how do I get that set up? Now, there are instructions here. So if I click through to those instructions, it's going to give me a document that's basically going to walk me through what is an IDX and how do I set this up. Now, this looks a little bit like Swahili to me. I don't find it very user-friendly. So I do have another option for you. If you go to my website, angiemyers.cbintouch.com, and you click on, just hover over Welcome New Agents, because in most cases, new agents are the ones that have to set this up. How to set up IDX is actually a sub-page here. So it's going to explain to you that this is an Internet Data Exchange. Again, umbrella term used to cover all the policies, the standards, the software that pertains to the display of your real estate listing information on your website. So this basically, again, just enables you to showcase what's on the MLS, integrate that into your own website, gives you the ability to add value to your business, and to gain extra business. Again, we're always trying to make more money. And then I can show someone, hey, you can just go to my website and search for everything on the market. You're going to get accurate information just like I see as an agent. If you do want a more detailed explanation, I always like to dig in and really get into it and see what things are. There is an explanation here that I have hyperlinked for beginner real estate agents, or really anyone if you just want to brush up. What is an Internet Data Exchange? What is the history? How does it work? What are the rules and regulations? And what can it do for my business? Because again, if we're going to use a tool, I need to know it's going to make me money. So then we can go down, why do I need the IDX? What does it look like if I do not have an IDX on my website? It's very easy for you to do a search. And once you have that search to determine if this is already set up, what does it look like if I have it? And how do I set up an IDX feed for my website? So this is not something that the broker can do for you. The office can't help you. Unfortunately, your manager, your SSA, your field marketing specialist, we're unable to do this for you. However, you're able to go into the MLS If you go into Bright MLS, you click on your name in the top right-hand corner, click on Account and Settings. You'll be able to find the IDX and VAL licensing request. Now, mine was all the way on the bottom on the right-hand side. This is what it looks like. You can go in, click on that, and the bubble will come up. You want to make sure that you've clicked on the radio button or that little button there for the IDX website. The vendor name will be Constellation Web Solutions. The website address will be your website. So remember, if you forgot your website already, that's okay. You can go in and click on website and view site, and that's going to pop up with your website address. Once you hit submit, it's going to go to your manager. Your manager is going to, they're going to approve it. Yes, this agent works in my office. This could take up to several days depending on the MLS, because we know your manager is going to go ahead right away and say that you're good. But sometimes with the MLS, it takes a few days. Once you are approved, you will receive an email. So please keep an eye out for that email because you're not quite done connecting just yet. Once you have that approval, you're just going to go into your market leader or your InTouch, as it were, and you're going to go in, and that is where you're going to see this Bright MLS. You do have the option here. You want to add your agent ID number is going to be your MLS number. And then your office ID, that is also something that you're going to find in the MLS. That's going to be that CBRB code for your particular office. Now, this is very important. Once you set this up, it is immediate that it's going to go through. All of the listings will then flow through to your website. I will caution you, I do believe there is a $10 charge per month that comes directly from the MLS. There's no charge from InTouch, no charge from Coldwell Banker Realty for this service, but Bright MLS does get that extra $10 a month. In my personal opinion, it's the best $10 a month that you'll spend in real estate in general. So again, completely up to you, but just remember, if you do not have that option, you will have all of the other agents on your website. And sometimes that can be confusing for someone. They might see this and think, well, I have to call Ronald Sullivan or I have to call Jennifer Urick instead of calling you to get that showing scheduled. So you'll see once that's in there, the other important feature of this MLS setup is going to be when you click on listings and market my listings. So when we click on those things, I might not have any current listings. If I do, they're going to come up here. If not, it'll just say no available listings. But I can scroll through on the show button on the drop-down menu to my office's listings. And I can say, I want this particular home featured on my website. So when I do that as an agent, you'll see Sandy has several of those checked off. Excuse me. When I scroll through her website, she does have a section for featured properties. Now it looks like Sandy is really busy. She has all these new listings. Like, these are fantastic. So I'm going to see her featured listings. Here are some active listings, or, you know, listings that are on the market. Here are her recent sales. It doesn't say these are my active listings. It doesn't say I am the listing agent. It just says active listings. So I can tell you from this is Sandy's listing here. We could see that she only had one current listing. This one belongs to Anne. You know, this one belongs to, I believe, Lynn. This one belongs to Jeannie. So they all belong to somebody else, and that's okay. We're able to do that. We don't need anyone's permission. We can go through in that back end and feature these properties on our website just by checking them off here. Also, professional courtesy, I'm going to reach out to Jeannie first, but if Jeannie has said, go ahead and always share my listings, I'm able to share to Facebook, to LinkedIn. I don't know too many of us that use Craigslist anymore, or I can email this information directly to any of my contacts that might be looking for a home like this one, or enter them in manually. So all of these features on your listings tab, they do reflect directly from account, my account. And again, remember, we were in the section for MLS setup. So the other option that you have, any orders that you've placed, your campaign history will be here. Any billing and shipping information will be here as well. And then any mobile information. So you'll see here that Sandy has her mobile already set up. So if you have your mobile set up, you will just go in, it'll say go in through the App Store, through your Apple or your Android device, go into your Play Store and go ahead and download the Market Leader app. Now it will show up with an ML in black with that little blue swoosh underneath of it, and you will be an existing customer. Then you'll be able to click this button and create a pin. Once you do so and you put that into the app, it will connect your cell phone app with this system. And again, I have all the time, if someone is searching, if you come to my website and you sign in and you're poking around on my website, I get something on my phone that says, hey, Susie Q is currently browsing on your website. And last but not least, we have email settings. We'll go over that very quickly. I know we're kind of over time, but this is where you're going to have your email signature. Make sure that it's compliant. You have your name, you have your title, your office phone number is required, that you have that information. Email quick text. You can go through and you'll see Sandy has added a lot of quick text. So this is awesome. So she's added some text that she can then go, she's emailing and she can hit the merge fields button and she can add some information to her email without having to type all of this out. So if you go to email quick text and you might say, well, I don't know what to create, anything that you find yourself constantly emailing to clients or prospects, or you can click here for content ideas. I love cheat sheets all day long. I don't have to think of it. It's not made from scratch. Hello, my name is, and I can give this information. I can just take this, I can copy it, and I can go back and create new. And this is where I would put it, give it a title. The title doesn't appear in the message. That's just for me. And then it will add it to my list here. And then there are also templates. So you do have a welcome template. If I come in right now through your website and I register, I will automatically receive an email. That is your email here. If I've manually entered someone, I do have to check a button off, but that would be this particular email here. And the contact wizard, if I come into your website and I register today, again, I do get this initial email, the first email you see here for registered on website. Tomorrow, I will get this initial contact wizard email automatically from you. So the system will automatically send the client 2 emails and then kind of not too much more. And if you are a pro user, you also get that CMA version as well. Also at the bottom, there is a marketing outreach automation. So staying in touch with your database, that increases your repeat and your referral business. Again, another way to get just one more to get some extra money, extra paychecks, extra business. So I'm going to let the system do the work for me by engaging with them. And that is what is going to be the catalyst for sending out the welcome email, that follow-up email. This does have to be checked. It should already be checked for you. It's also going to have that Market Insider newsletter. If you are a pro user, it's going to have that monthly newsletter in your campaigns for you by checking that off. And you can also integrate. So if you want to connect to Office 365 or Google, or if you have any of the some of the paid marketing, HomeSnap, I know is a very popular one. I have personally worked with Listings to Leads, Bold Leads, Homes.com, all of these things. I've worked with them. You can also set up .signal if you do the listing concierge. And that is, in a nutshell, your account, my account. Again, that is all of the information as well as the mobile that you would need to set up your account to make sure that all of that information is robust and accurate. So I'm going to go ahead and stop our recording.